Hello friends, welcome in today's lecture. Today we will see the last point of our chapter, that is datagrams. First see what is the datagrams. Datagram is an independent, self-contained message sent over the network whose arrival time and content are not guaranteed. It is a basic transfer unit associated with the packet switched network. Also, the application that communicate via the datagram send and receive the completely independent packet of the information. So, in the datagram, the message is sent and received is completely independent packet of the information. The Java.NET package contains the three classes that are used to write the Java programs that use the datagram to send and receive the packet over the network. So when you transfer the data using the datagram to send and receive the packet over the network, that time the three classes is used. First class is DatagramSocket, second class DatagramPacket, third multicast socket. These three classes are used to send and receive the packet over the network in the datagram. Datagram is also called as a UDP. An application can send and receive the data packet through the datagram socket. So, any application can send and receive the datagram packet through a datagram socket. So, we can access the datagram packet through a datagram socket. Datagram packets can be a broadcast to multiple recipients, all the listening to a multi-socket. Means datagram packet can be broadcast to multiple receivers or recipient. All are the multicast socket. See some methods of the datagram or UDP socket programming. First method is inet address get by name string host name. So first method is get by name. The get by name method is return the IP address when a host name is given. Means when you provide the host name, then using the host name, this method returns the IP address of the particular host name. Then next method is inet address get address. The get address method returns the IP address of the machine. Then third method is get port. The get port method returns the port number. Fourth method is byte get data. This method returns the data containing in the datagram and this is stored in the array of the bytes. So it returns the data that contains the datagrams and the data should be stored in the array of bytes. And the last method is get length. The get length method returns the length of the data obtained by the get data method. Means whatever obtain the data in the get data method, that data length is returned in the get length method. So these 5 methods are the commonly used in the UDP socket. First see DatagramSocket class. In datagram there are 3 classes. First is DatagramSocket, second DatagramPacket and third multicast socket. But out of 3 classes, 2 classes are mainly used. So in this unit we see only DatagramSocket and DatagramPacket. First see what is the DatagramSocket class and its methods and also constructors of the DatagramSocket. Java DatagramSocket class represents a connectionless socket for sending and receiving a datagram packet. Means DatagramSocket class is a connectionless socket for sending and receiving the datagram packets. Packets is nothing but the bunch of information that are transferred into the one another. A datagram is basically an information, but there is no guarantee of its content, arrival or arrival time. Means datagram contains the any information, but that information is not secured or it's not guaranteed to arrival time or the arrival of that message. This class represents a socket of sending and receiving a datagram packet. A datagram socket provides a sending or receiving the end for the connectionless packet. Each packet is sent and received on the socket. Many packets are sent from one machine to another and may be routed differently in any order. DatagramSocket defines the many methods. So DatagramSocket contains the many methods, and also when sending and receiving the datagram packets, that time we need the connection between the client and server, and each packet is sent and received on the socket. First, see how to create a DatagramSocket class. Syntax is DatagramSocket. DS is an object of the DatagramSocket is equal to DatagramSocket. This is the simple creation of the DatagramSocket. Now see the constructors of the DatagramSocket. There are 4 constructors in the DatagramSocket. First constructor is default constructor. That constructor is used in the creation of the DatagramSocket. See here, DatagramSocket DS is equal to DatagramSocket. This is the first constructor, that is default constructor having no parameter. So see here, DatagramSocket throws socket exception. First it creates a DatagramSocket and binds it with the any available port number on the local machine. So this constructor creates a DatagramSocket and then bind the socket available port number on the local machine. Second constructor is DatagramSocket having one parameter int port number. So this constructor creates a DatagramSocket and it binds with the given port number. So it creates a DatagramSocket and associated it with the specified port on the local host machine. So when that port number is provided in the constructor, that constructor binds the DatagramSocket. Then third constructor is DatagramSocket having 2 parameters, int port and int inet address. This constructor creates a DatagramSocket, bounds to the specified port and the inet address. And last constructor is DatagramSocket socket address having one parameter. It constructs the DatagramSocket and binds to the specified socket address. So these 4 are the commonly used constructors in the DatagramSocket class. Now next see the methods of the DatagramSocket class. First method is send. Public void send having parameter DatagramPacket. This constructor is this method is used to send the UDP packet to the port number specified by the packet. So this send method send the UDP packet to the port specified by the packet. Second method is receive method. Public synchronized void receive DatagramPacket. This receive method waits for the packet to the received from the port specified by the packet and returns the result. So receive method waits for the packet to be received and from that the port specified by the packet and return the result. Third method is close. It closes the DatagramSocket. Fourth method is get local port. It returns the port number on the local host and to which this socket is bound. Means it returns the local port number. And last method is set so timeout. The set so timeout method is used to specify the timeout in millisecond. Next method is get so timeout. It retrieves the setting for the so timeout and it returns the 0, which implies that the option is disabled, that is timeout of infinity. Next method is get local address. This method get the local address to which socket is bound. Next method is inet address. Get inet address. If the socket is connected, then address is returned, otherwise null is returned. So get inet address returns the inet address, but if socket is not connected, then it returns the null value. Next method is get port. This method returns the number of the port to which the socket is connected. So your socket is connected, that port number is returned in the get port method. Next method is connected. This method returns the true or false value that is Boolean value. It returns the true if the socket is connected to the server. And last method is bound. This method also returns the true or false value. It returns the true if the socket is bound to the address. So these are the methods in the DatagramSocket class. Now next see the class DatagramPacket class. Java DatagramPacket is a message that can be sent or received. So Datagram contains the packet or message or data that can be sent or received. If you send a multiple packet, it may arrive in any order. Additionally, the packet delivery is not guaranteed. In the UDP or the datagram, having no guarantee of the delivering of the message because it is a connectionless. The DatagramPacket class provides a connectionless packet delivery of the service. Each message routes from one machine to another based on the information contained within the packet. Means route of the information sent one machine to another is based on the particular data contained within the packet. Packets are sent from one host to another that may route differently and may arrive in a random order. So order is not defined. Means sending or receiving information order is not defined. It can be changed randomly. See the creation of the object of the DatagramPacket. Syntax is DatagramPacket DP is an object of the DatagramPacket. DatagramPacket having two parameters byte b int length. This is the constructor. See the some constructor of the DatagramPacket. These are the some commonly used constructor of the DatagramPacket class. First constructor is DatagramPacket having two parameters byte b int size. This constructor specifies a buffer that will be received the data and the size of the packet. DatagramPacket sends and receives the message and it specifies the buffer that will be received data and the size of the packet. Next constructor is DatagramPacket having the three parameters byte b, byte of array b, int offset and int size. It allows you to specify an offset into the buffer at which the data will be stored. Next constructor is DatagramPacket having four parameters byte data array, int size, init address 1, int port 1. It specifies the target address and port which are used by the DatagramSocket to determine where the data in the packet will be sent. And last constructor is DatagramPacket having parameter byte address, int offset, int size, init address. It transmits the packet beginning at the specified offset into the data. So these are the four constructors of the DatagramPacket class. Now next see the methods of the DatagramPacket class. First method is getData and it returns the array of the data. So this method returns the buffer in which data is to be stored. So getData method returns the data that is stored and the data in the form of the buffer or array. Next method is getAddress. It returns the IP address of the machine where the packet is to be received from the socket. So getAddress returns the IP address of the machine where the packet is to be received from the socket. Third method is getLength. This method returns the length of the data being sent or received. Next method is getPort. This method returns the port number on the remote host where the packet is being sent or drives from the socket. Next method is public int getOffset. It returns the starting index of the data. Next method is public void setAddress. It sets the address to which the packet will be sent and the address is specified by the init. Next method is setData. The setData method is used to set the data, the offset to x and the length of the size. means set data having the 3 parameter, that is sent data, offset x and length of the data, that is length of a size in the length. Next method is set length. The set length method set the length of the packet to the size. And last method is set port. This method used to set the port to port. So these are the some methods of the DatagramPacket class. Now see one example of the datagram or UDP. First see the client side program, then we will see the server side program. This is the client side program. First import the two packages, import java.io.star and import java.net.star. Then create a class, public class UDP client. Then public static void main string args throws exception. Then create a object of the DatagramSocket ds. Create a object of the DatagramPacket p1 and p2. Create a two variable as a string str1 and str2. Then using the buffer reader, read the string buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader new input stream reader system.in. Then create a byte of array, byte array is equal to new byte, passing the value array by value 255. Then create a inet address object. Inet address I is equal to inet address dot get localhost. The get localhost returns the localhost name. Then print the string str2 is equal to hi, I am a client sending your message. Send your message. Then array is equal to str2 dot get bytes, means whatever the string present in the str2 are stored into the array ARR. Then p1 is equal to new DatagramPacket array dot length I and value is 1000. Then ds is equal to new DatagramSocket. Then ds dot send method. Here send method is used to send the data to the server. Then in the do loop, array is equal to new byte 255. p1 is equal to new DatagramPacket having two parameter array and length of the array. ds dot receives p1. So receive method receives the message from the client, from the server. Then array is equal to p1 dot get data. Then print the message from server. System.out.println str1. So at the time of the running the program, server receives the message, hi, I am a client, send your message, and message from server. Then message from server is present or is displayed onto the client side. Then in the if statement str character 80 0 is equal to star break. System.out.println enter your message. Here and client enter the message that is sent to the server using the read line, and get byte method read the byte one by one. Then new DatagramPacket p2 is passed. p2 is equal to new DatagramPacket array dot length I and 1000. Same ds dot send p2. Then if the str1 dot character 80 of 0 is equal to star, then system dot exit 0, and it check the condition up to while true. Then ds dot close. Close method is used to close the connection. This is the client side program. Now see the server side program. See here, this is the server side program of the UDP. First import the two packages, import java.io.star, then import java.net.star, then public class UDP server. In the main, public static void main string args throws exception. Create object of the DatagramSocket and DatagramPacket. DS is equal to new DatagramSocket 1000 and DatagramPacket P1 and P2. Same, created two variables string str1 and str2. Buffer reader BR is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader system.in. Then create a byte of array is equal to byte, new byte 255. Use the do loop. Array is equal to new byte 255. P1 is equal to new DatagramPacket array comma 255. It is in a length of the array. Then ds dot receives P1. Receive method is used to receive the data. Array is equal to P1 dot get data. str1 is equal to new string. So whatever string in an array is present is passed into the str1. Then system.out.println message from client that will be displayed at the time of running on the command prompt. Then system.out.println str1. Here also condition check str1 character at is equal to star. Then break. Then enter your message. br.readline. The message is stored into the str2. Then array is equals to str2 dot get byte. Means all the string in the str2 are one by one write in the array of byte array of string. P2 is equal to new DatagramPacket having parameter array.length, P1 get address and P1 dot get port. Then send method is used to send the data. If str1 dot character at 0 is equal to star, then system is exit, and while it is true, then it will be again continue the same loop. Then ds dot close, the close method is used to close the connection. This is the server side program of the UDP. Now run the program. First open the two command prompt, one for client and one for server. Okay. Then first compile the server program. Java-C program name UDP server.java. It successfully compiled. Then after compiling the server program, we compile the client program on the another command prompt. Java-C program name UDP client.java. Okay, it is successfully compiled client program. Then again run the server program in the server command prompt. Java UDP server. Okay, then this indicate that the server is running, means server is running mode. Then after that compile run the client program in the client command prompt. Java UDP client. See here, after running the client program, the by default message is sent to the server. The message is message from client. Hi, I am a client, and send your message. Then server can send the message to the client. See, I am sending hi client. So server send the message to the client, hi client. See here on the client command prompt, display the message from server, hi client, and enter your message. Then client reply the or respond to the server message. Hello server. Client send the message hello server, and then enter. Then at the server side, server receives the message from client, hello server. Then after that, enter your message. This is the communication between the client and server. So this is the program of the UDP, and UDP, it is a connection-less protocol. So the data is transferred from one machine to another. It is not necessary to connect each other, and this shows the communication between the client and server. In this program, client can send the message to the server and server respond to the client message. So this is the two-way communication in between the client and server. So this is the program of the client server, UDP client server. One thing is, remember that when you run on a client server program, we need to open the two command prompt. First compile the server program, then compile the client program. After that, run the server program, and then run the client program. Then only we get the correct output. Here our fourth chapter is completed. The next chapter we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.